Hey everybody over at Impact Gaming, my name is Impact Retro and welcome to the first video I have made for this channel so far. I want to thank everybody who has so graciously given me this amazing opportunity. I really do appreciate it, and especially considering my YouTube career and aspirations have been on the downward spiral for a very long time now. It's nice to see that a few people still had some faith left in me, so I really do appreciate it, and I want to get into what I have to talk about today and just kind of give you guys a little taste of my thoughts on the future of Call of Duty, because obviously that's what the majority of us are here for. And I want to talk about necessarily what World War II needs to do in order to succeed, because it has a lot going for it at the moment, I'll give it that, but it also does have a lot to hold up to. Because as you all know, and I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know this, Infinite Warfare is not a loved game by everyone. Some people do, but not everyone. And it falls in line with a lot of the other controversial titles, of course, such as Ghost and Advanced Warfare. And, whoa, take a look. The only game that hasn't been extremely controversial is Black Ops 3, made by Treyarch. And as you all know, Treyarch has been probably the most successful over the last few years. It's just kind of the way they've been going, and I think in terms of the general community consensus, I think Treyarch has been the most favored. That doesn't mean some people don't like Infinity Ward better, but I think Treyarch has been on a better path. So now coming up with Sledgehammer, who, oh my god, you know, with Advanced Warfare, it's like the majority of people pretty much are going into this game bitterly hating Sledgehammer. And I would like to say why I think we should give them a bit of a chance, and just kind of my overall thoughts on the beta. While it wasn't perfect, it did have some stuff going for it. So first off, this is actually in relation to a tweet that I saw on Twitter, but I did feel had some significance because it really does kind of relate to the positives and the negatives of the beta. One thing that I noticed in this tweet was basically, here's how it goes. It said, we wanted a Call of Duty game that was old COD, not felt old. And it's an interesting way to look at it, and I forget who actually sent out the tweet. I wish I could credit them. I forget who actually sent it out. But it's kind of true. We wanted something that was along the lines of what? Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, or of course World at War, something that we knew and loved from years ago, 2008, 2009, 2010, around that era. That's what we wanted. Although while playing the World War II beta, I have to say, it did feel more like Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty 3 than it did World at War. Maybe that's just me, maybe that's just a personal opinion of mine, maybe I'm way out in left field and no one agrees with me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But the thing is, it felt like a much older Call of Duty title than even the newer titles that we're used to. The movement did feel a little clunky in ways, I have to say. And, you know, even though it was enjoyable, the guns were cool, the aesthetics were nice, I did have some issues in terms of maps and the game flow, and on the whole, it did feel a little outdated. So they're kind of in a tight spot here, Sledgehammer, because Advanced Warfare was a ridiculously ambitious title. We all know that, because everybody was complaining that COD was stagnant and it was more of the same. And I think Sledgehammer made a nice attempt with Advanced Warfare. I didn't hate it as a Call of Duty title. I hated it simply on the fact that it didn't feel like what we knew and loved in the years past. I felt like it deviated too much from the core Call of Duty fundamentals that we loved and enjoyed, such as great kill streaks, simple kind of basic movement, where Advanced Warfare seemed to stray a little too far, where Black Ops 3 I feel kind of brought things a little bit more to the center. So here we are with Call of Duty World at War 2, or Call of Duty World War 2, sorry, and it's kind of the same thing, really, for us. We're trying to stray away, of course, from that futuristic kind of design and move back to the past, to something that we're a little bit more familiar with, and something that we're not tired of, also, because these futuristic games over the last 3 years have pretty much taken over. So World War II is in a very tight spot, and if this game really wants to succeed, more than anything, I would say that it needs to appeal to somewhere in the middle. It can't be too far away, it can't deviate too much from what we know and love, because that's exactly what we're yearning for, but it can't also be too close to something boring that, you know, we're tired of, and it can't feel especially like a COD from 2005, 2006. That is definitely not what we want. And I have to say, I was slightly concerned while I was playing, although I did enjoy it. It had a lot of things going for it. It did kind of feel a little bit antiquated in some ways. Maybe if they buffed the streaks and kind of made it a little bit more fast-paced and maybe polished up some of the maps, I would say that this game is a little bit more compatible with a more modern kind of layout for COD. But honestly, it did feel a little too antiquated. So it's kind of a hard balance they need to find, but I hope you guys have enjoyed my 5 minutes of rambling here. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I haven't really heard many people mention this, but hopefully I shed a little bit of light at least on kind of my thoughts on where this is really going. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Again, thank you so much to everybody from Impact. If you guys did enjoy, link to my channel will be down below in the description. I don't really post very much, but hey, I might come back to it at some point. Thank you all so much as always. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.